Who's having a good time so far? My name is Billy Funk. As a lot of you call me the Extreme Networker, and it's my privilege and pleasure to introduce today and be the MC of this Kannaway production and this Kannaway presentation. Before we get into everything that's about Kannaway, I'd like to go over a quick little slide for everybody. When I saw Kannaway, I had an idea of where we were inside of the hemp industry, inside of the hemp consciousness of a planet. But what really put everything together was this 2-minute and 16-second video that describes exactly where we've been as a community, as a culture, and as a nation, and will give you a great understanding of who we are as Kannaway and where we're going in the future. And so if you can watch this 2-minute and 16-second video and really soak it in, I think this entire experience here is going to be all the more better.
American hemp must meet the needs of our Army and Navy as well as of our industries.
Marijuana, the burning weed with its roots in hell.
I think, we've been terribly and systematically misled in this country for some time, and I did part of that misleading. I think it's irresponsible of the medical community not to offer this as an alternative.
Thank you, everybody. God bless you. I'm now going to sign this farm bill.
Spire higher. That was put together by an Emmy crew of film and media guys that have been absolutely spectacular. When I saw Kannaway, like I was telling you before, I saw something that was small that was about to be giant. And I had some projects I was working on at the time. I didn't have a home. I was looking for a home. And what I found in Kannaway was a home. And I decided to actually move my home all the way out to San Diego so I could focus full-time on Kannaway. It wasn't that hard for a 33-year-old guy that doesn't have a wife or any kids. But somebody else did the same thing but moved his entire family. And throughout the last 2 years that I've known this person, he has done some incredible things inside this industry. When I was sitting in that room and getting excited, what really sealed the deal was knowing who is the man behind the machine, knowing who is the man behind the marketing. Because when it comes to putting together things inside of the offline and the online world, and really not going out there and being a new wave marketer or an old wave marketer, but just marketing in general, there's nobody that does it better than Christopher Hussey.
What's up, Kannaway Nation? Well, as Billy said, thank you guys so much. My name is Christopher Hussey. I have the privilege of being the Chief Marketing Officer for this amazing movement. And tonight, I want to talk to you about how you begin building your business, how you begin building your dreams, how you begin changing not only your life, but the lives of everyone in America, and very, very soon throughout the world. So are you guys ready to learn about Kannaway? You know, if it's your first time here, you're probably wondering what the answer to this question is. What is Kannaway? Kannaway is a hemp lifestyle company with a focus on nutritional wellness whose products contain CBD-rich hemp oil. Now tonight, we're going to talk about a couple of things that are illustrated in this saying. We're going to talk about hemp, because a lot of people are really not informed about what hemp truly is. We're going to talk about how you can lead whatever lifestyle it is that you personally dream about, and we're going to talk about CBD-rich hemp oil. Before we do that, the most important thing that you should really know is that hemp has been around for a long, long time. And in my opinion, and that opinion is shared by a lot of people throughout the world, it is the greatest plant grown on earth today. And I hope this next section illustrates that to you. Let's talk about the incredible history of the hemp plant. From 1000 to 1900 BC, hemp extracts are the #1, #2, and #3 most important and most frequently used medicines in 2/3 of the world's population. So going all the way back, from today all the way back to 1000 BC, the world knew the power of this amazing plant. Let's go forward to the day that the King James Bible was printed. It was printed on hemp paper. Because what a lot of people do not know is that hemp can be made into 50, 60, 70,000 different products. From the petroleum, from the gas that powers the vehicle that you drove here in, to the seats that you're currently sitting on, to the stage that I'm standing on, to the carpet that we're walking on, to the clothes that you're wearing, to that lanyard around your neck, and that paper that is inside that amazing Aspire Higher that is hanging there on your chest. Hemp is, without a doubt, the most amazing product that you've ever come in contact with. In 1776, when the freedom that you enjoy currently was simply a dream and a desire and a passion, in 1776, when America was but a baby, the first and second drafts of the Declaration of Independence were written on hemp paper. You see, the founding fathers grew hemp. Hemp was a piece of the landscape that created the America that we know today. In 1812, how many of you know what the War of 1812 was actually fought about? I learned about the War of 1812, but they failed to actually deliver that America and England went to war again over access to trade routes for Russian hemp. Now, why would our government and the government of other countries spend their time, their energy, their resources, their manpower to go to war over the hemp plant? Because it's the most amazing plant on earth. In 1901, the United States Department of Agriculture predicts that the harvesting of hemp fiber will be America's #1 crop. Interestingly enough, a few short years later, the United States Congress passes the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937, which levied a tax on anyone who dealt commercially in cannabis, hemp, or marijuana. And hidden in this statement is a very important fact. That was the very first time that cannabis, hemp, and marijuana were lumped together. And that tax literally put a halt to a booming industry as America was growing. I want to make you think about something. How many of you have a Facebook account? Anybody? A couple of you. Okay. So you know that you can post something. You can see a news item and you can post it on Facebook, and instantly, if it's worthy, it's just spread throughout the world, right? Well, in 1937, they didn't have Facebook. So people didn't talk to each other and they didn't get the news, because the United States Congress in 1937 passed the Marijuana Tax Act. But what they didn't actually know is that the most popular magazine of the time, Popular Mechanics, you might have heard of it, was already ready to publish an article stating that hemp was the new billion-dollar crop. It was making farmers money. It was being developed into products. It was an entire booming industry, and with the Marijuana Tax Act, that industry was damaged. Now, I want you to think about something. Why would they damage an industry that was booming, and then just a few years later, why would the government put out a movie called Hemp for Victory? You see, in World War II, as we were spending our manpower and our resources to do what we had to do in World War II, the government knew then, and they know now, the power of hemp. Just a couple of little things. Rope made of hemp is stronger. Clothing made of hemp lasts longer. An interesting fact, if you're wearing hemp clothing and you stand beside someone wearing cotton clothing and the temperature begins to drop and ice begins to form, if your clothing gets wet, the cotton clothing will freeze and the hemp clothing will not. And so soldiers during World War II wore hemp clothing literally as a protection mechanism from the temperatures. And it's the reason why the US government asked farmers to do as much as they could to support that war effort, and it's a huge reason why the outcome of World War II was the way that it was. So why then did Richard Nixon in 1972 declare all forms of cannabis illegal by signing into law the Controlled Substances Act? Well, as you're going to find out as you get to know Kannaway and you get to know the history of this amazing plant that we call cannabis, and more specifically hemp, you're going to find out that lots of people had a lot of money and a lot of influence at stake. Because, facts like hemp replenishes itself 3 to 4 times a year, and an acre of hemp as opposed to an acre of trees can produce so much more. So let's just think, if you owned all the trees that printed paper, why would you want hemp, which is better paper and stronger paper for less money? Why would you want that to be a popular commodity? You wouldn't, would you? And you would use your influence to make sure that the word hemp was associated with the word marijuana, and it was outlawed by a president. You're going to want to get to know this amazing plant. As we fast forward to today, and I know I jumped forward a lot there, how many of you guys know Dr. Sanjay Gupta and Dr. Oz? Anybody ever heard of those two gentlemen? Well, you see, just a few short years ago, they had a public stance that said, we are against the use of cannabis. We are against the use of cannabis. And within the last 365 days, both of these gentlemen, arguably the two most well-known doctors in America, both of these gentlemen have come out publicly, reversed that stance, and said, we are in favor of the use of cannabis. Now, I want to impress upon you that you are here tonight to change your life, and that we are here tonight to help you do that. And this is about you becoming involved in a method, in a way, in a movement that takes you and this country to the next level. So I want to ask you a very important question. Maybe you've looked at other opportunities. Maybe there are things out there that you're interested in. But are the most popular people in America, are the news stations, are the people putting out the news, the print, their opinion, are they talking about that product? They're talking about Kannaway's products. Every day in newspapers, every day on the internet, every day on television, they are talking about what we have to offer, and you're sitting literally in the hot seat. On February 7, 2014, essentially reversing what President Nixon did in 1972, President Barack Obama signed the Farm Bill, making it federally legal to grow hemp in America for research and development purposes. It isn't the Holy Grail, but let's be very honest. It is a step in the right direction, and states are following suit, because this is the beginning of the reversal of literally a betrayal of the American people, a robbery of opportunity that Kannaway is leading the way into. And what I believe is the most important slide in the history section. Some of you were there with us. On April 20th, 2014 in Denver, Colorado, Kannaway began day one, and we launched a movement with a pay plan. Now, for those of you that are here and you're trying to figure out if Kannaway is for you, I want truly to help you make the right decision. So before we go on, and before we talk about Kannaway, I want to give you some things to think about. And I want to talk to you about how you make the right decision to find out if a business is truly for you. So the first thing that you need to think about is finance. Let's be honest. If you're going to open a new business, and if you're going to partner with a company, a corporation, who says that they're going to go do something, you're going to want to know that they have the backing, that they have the money in the bank, they have what it takes to go the distance. So as I talk to you about Kannaway, I want you to keep, is Kannaway prepared to go the distance? I want you to answer that question for yourself. You're going to want to talk about leadership, because you can have a lot of money and you can have a great goal, but if you haven't been there before, and if you haven't actually created, and if you don't have the experience to do what it is you're setting out to do, then things are really going to be hard. And if you're going to partner with a company, wouldn't it be great if the people leading that company had been down that road before, right? Had created amazing companies before. One of the things I love to say is the surest path to success is directly through the experience of those who have gone before you. So if you're going to join a business, you need to look to that leadership and know that they have the experience in place to take you to the place where you want to go. So I want you to answer that question. Do you think that Kannaway is well financed? I want you to answer the question, is the leadership in place to really do what it is we're setting out to do? I want to ask you another question. You guys recognize Steve Jobs? Steve Jobs introduced a product that literally revolutionized an industry. It's called a category creator. He literally created that category for the industry. Well, what if the company that you were partnering with was creating products that simply were not in the marketplace? They were creating categories, products that people want to use and reuse every single day. If you were going to partner with a company, wouldn't it be very important that they had that type of product? I'm going to need you to answer that question. And then the other thing that you want to think about is, if you're going to create a category, if you're going to be a pioneer, if you're going to stand in the front and lead, then you're probably going to have some challenges along the way. Is there an amazing legal team in place to protect your business as you grow it? If you're going to put your blood, sweat, and tears, your time, your energy, your family into building something, is the right legal team in place to make sure that you're going to be able to get there? And then most interesting, and I think possibly the most important part of this assessment, is the timing right? Now, timing, let's talk about that word. Is the timing right for you? Do you truly want to make the commitment to go to another level in your life? Is the timing right in the economy? Is the timing right in the world? Is the timing right from a legislative point of view? So I want you to think about finance. I want you to think about leadership. I want you to think about products. I want you to think about protection. I want you to think about legal, and I want you to think about timing as we talk about what I believe is the most exceptional company in the history of the relationship marketing space. It's a company called Kannaway. You see, Kannaway launched on March 1st. Now, I'm going to say that the right way. Kannaway opened its doors for people to become interested on March 1st. And on April 20th, so between March 1st and April 20th, there was a pre-launch. And on April 20th, we launched the company. Now, I want to tell you some record-breaking numbers. How about in that period of time, in less than 90 days, over 70,000 people involved in Kannaway in one way or another? What about paying out, in that period of time, almost $1 million in commissions since March 1st? What about selling and delivering to over 20,000 customers since March 1st? Absolute record-breaking launch for this company that we call Kannaway. I want to talk to you about how we got to that point. Over $2 million invested to get us here to today. Over $2 million to get us right here where you could actually start your business and take your life, take your family's life to the next level. And behind that $2 million is another $200 million of investment in multiple verticals within the cannabis industry, preparing to be able to launch a company called Kannaway. And Kannaway is the benefactor of that $100 million, and Kannaway is incredibly well financed to launch the company, to go the distance, and to help you and your family go to the next level. Let's talk about what is the fastest growing global trend. You see, I want you to think about something. I want you to think about your Facebook news feed. I want you to think about the shows on television, those news shows. I want you to think about the front page of the newspaper right now. If you are sitting in this room and you haven't been living under a rock, you've either read or watched or seen a story about cannabis in the last 10 days, have you not? Something is going on in America. Something's in the water right now. States are onto it, individuals are onto it. America is turning a direction. And if you could actually be on the front end of that trend, not only in America, but on a global scale, because what's happening here in America is also happening in country after country, population after population, household after household throughout the entire globe. Now, I know for some of you, because I know who you are, because I'm just like you. I am a person who sees where I want to go and sets goals, and I show up and I do the work just like you do. And I know for some of you, you've been sitting there and you've watched opportunity pass you by. And I know that people have said to you, we are on the cusp of a global trend. Well, I want to ask you a question. Do you actually know that we are on the cusp of a global cannabis trend here in America and throughout countries? Do you know that? Yeah? Do you guys know what is happening within the cannabis industry? Okay? So let's talk about $46 billion industry in the 50 states. $46 billion industry in the 50 states. And over $200 billion industry globally. And no other company doing what it is Kannaway is doing. No other company offering the products that Kannaway is offering. No other company with a movement that actually helps you become a part of this industry and have an incredible pay plan attached. That is what Kannaway is all about. Now remember, earlier I was talking to you about leadership. Well, let's talk about the guys that are, putting things together. Let's talk about Jeff Rogers. He's in the room here with us. He's going to come up and chat with us here in a little bit. Jeff Rogers is the Chief Executive Officer of Kannaway. Now, when I met Jeff, I want to ask the same questions that you want to ask. Why is this guy the CEO? Why is he qualified to be the CEO? Well, there's a very fortunate position in the relationship marketing industry. And it's a position where companies who have staked their claim and are growing their business actually call people and go, will you come in and talk to us about how to maximize our business? And that's Jeff Rogers. Jeff Rogers gets called by other companies to come in and fix things that are not working, to make things go to a higher level, to make compensations rock and roll, to make groups of people duplicate, to do the things that make network marketing the most amazing place to build a business. That's Jeff Rogers. More than that, Jeff Rogers is a guy who not only helps other companies, but he's the guy that starts companies and grows them from 0 to 400,000 plus people in a period of years. So when you're asking for a chief executive officer who has vision, when you're asking for a chief executive officer who has determination and experience, the name that comes back is our CEO, Jeff Rogers. Give him a hand.
Well, thank you very much, Atlanta. We're excited to be here. This has been an amazing journey for me. It's, about a year and a half ago, I got a call from a good friend of mine, two good friends of mine, Charles Vest and Troy Neihart, and we had talked throughout the years, and they said, we finally found the company that we're going to be able to do together. And so, and those of you may have heard this story, but it's, they had said, what do you know about hemp? And I said, I just know that I was born on Saturday and church on Sunday, and I'm not your guy. Everything I knew about hemp was, well, my dad said he was going to put me in the ground early for if I ever did it. So, so I did my research, as probably many of you have done your research. And if you're new and you're here tonight, somebody brought you, do yourself the favor, go out there and research CBD, find out for yourself. You know, it's such an amazing thing that's been around for thousands and thousands of years, but we can't tell you about it. And that's really the good thing. Makes this business duplicatable. So I did it. Everybody in here who's a leader did the very same thing. Christopher, did you do it?
Absolutely.
Troy, did you do that? Very same thing. And it set me on a journey at that point in time. I thought I was going to just say, all right, fine, I'll look at it for 20 minutes and say that I did. It's still going to be no. 6 hours later, I was upset because I knew at that point that we'd been lied, the great American betrayal. You know, I knew that we'd been lied to, and at that point I called them back. I said, it's game on. We're going to do this thing. This needs to be told. And in network marketing, how many people know that this is an industry that needs a product that has a story to tell? I don't know of a product that has a better story than our product. And it's not new. It's 10,000 years old. And it's amazing. And everybody that I talk to about it is like, what? Huh? Either it's like, isn't that illegal? Or, oh my God, tell me more. I've heard about that. I mean, people know who we are. You're going to have an amazing, you're going to hear from Brian Bean. You're going to be motivated. You're going to hear from Troy Dooley, in my opinion, the top consultant in our space today. As he's evaluated and he's looked at what we have in Kannaway, and he's going to tell you how special we think he thinks we are. You're going to learn a lot about your business. You're going to get amazing training from who I think is the best man on stage in this entire space. What do you think about? So I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to have my partners like Christopher Hussey and Troy Neihart and all of you great leaders out there. So if you don't know me, come up and introduce yourself. I want to thank you guys and look forward to a great weekend.
Jeff Rogers, everybody. One of the ways that ensures success is your ability to absolutely focus on the things that matter, right? But opening a business is challenging. Kannaway's a baby, 90 days. Right? So we have one of the greatest gifts that there is. We have this next gentleman, Mr. Troy Neihart. You see, Troy is the chief executive officer of our partner company, HempMeds PX. And so what the beauty of working with HempMeds PX is they are an industry juggernaut in the cannabis space, right? And so when Troy, he's actually the kind of crazy guy that decided, okay, I love relationship marketing. I love MLM. This is an incredible industry, cannabis. Now, if you've ever been involved in the cannabis industry, and if you've ever been involved in the MLM industry, they're both a little crazy, right? Who thought it was a good idea to combine the two? Well, that was Troy Neihart. And our partnership makes our focus on building Kannaway possible. And I want you guys to give a huge round of applause for Mr. Troy Neihart.
What's up, Atlanta? Well, for those of you that joined us in Denver, thank you once again for coming back on another holiday weekend to do it all over again. It means a lot to us to be here and share our weekends with you, and more importantly, you know, share the message and deliver the new propaganda, as we like to call it, to America, and re-educate the world as to what hemp really is, what it means to our country. And you know, we're excited to do it with these amazing products that we're bringing to market, and with you guys helping us to share the message. And I just want to give it up to Christopher Hussey. You know, when I pulled this thing together, Jeff and Chris were, you know, the guys that we were calling on, as well as Charles Vest. And this guy here has pulled some amazing hours with us to get us to the point where we're at today. And you know, we're very fortunate to have him and all the marketing and everything. And throughout this weekend, you guys will continue to see what he's pulled together and what we're unveiling. Jeff was talking about American Betrayal. If you were in Denver, you had the privilege to see the trailer. And as we continue to launch these things, it's really going to help you guys create a success with your business. So once again, give it up to him, give it up to Jeff, the rest of the crew, and more importantly, yourselves as well. And we thank you, and we'll have a great weekend.
Troy Neihart, everybody. We talked about legal a little bit earlier, but let's be honest. Crazy man Troy Neihart decided, let's put together multi-level marketing in the cannabis industry. So rather than have the top legal firm in the space, we decided let's have the two top legal firms in the space. And Mr. Scott Warren, He's our contact at Wellman & Warren. He's a senior partner at Wellman & Warren. And Mr. Kevin Thompson, he's a senior partner at Thompson & Burton. Now, so from a leadership perspective, Kannaway is positioned to simply change the world. Let's talk about unique products. Now, I know who you are because I'm one of you guys. I know that there are companies out there and you see them and you go, wait, doesn't that other company do the same product? Isn't that other company doing the same thing? And that's that's in our industry, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what if there was a company that no other company had those products, period? Well, let's talk about those unique products. Cannabis Beauty Defined. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, though some of you have used it, you know the Cannabis Beauty Defined line is the premier anti-aging line available in commerce today, period. And it contains CBD-rich hemp oil. The only place that a person can get Cannabis Beauty Defined. 8 products from the inside and the outside that will revolutionize the anti-aging industry. 8 products, and the only place you can get them is from a Kannaway brand ambassador. Period, the end. That is what we call unique products. I am not a smoker. It's not part of my lifestyle. It's just not who I am. And when I got together with the team and they said, hey, check out this product, and they gave me the hemp vape, I'm being honest with you, this is literally what I did. So I take the products home, I had a couple of them, and I go home to my wife, and I sat them on the counter, and literally for 20 minutes, we just stood there and looked at them. Like, I'm not exactly sure this is a direction I want to go down. And then you pick it up and you puff the thing. You hit the hemp vape. It's brilliant. This thing is brilliant. It's slick. There's no nasty in it. I mean, the vape industry literally, and this is a bit of an exaggeration, but just go with it, right? It literally doubles its popularity on an hourly basis. Like, it's more now than it was 2 minutes ago. Like, it's just a massive trend on a global scale. Now here's the deal. How many of you have a smartphone? You have a smartphone, right? So take out your smartphone. Seriously, take it out. I don't have mine. You bring it on stage, it rings. That's not good, right? Take out your smartphone, right? Put your hemp vape in your hand. Right? Turn your screen on. On the end of your hemp vape, see, we built the hemp vape for your life. We built it for your life, right? So on the end of the hemp vape is a smartphone stylus. It works on your iPad, it works on your iPhone and your Android device. So you get your vape, and then you get your business. You don't have to change hands. And it's absolutely amazing. I've never seen so many stores call our corporate office and beg, I'm not kidding you, beg to have this product. And the only place you can buy the hemp vape is from a Kannaway brand ambassador. I mean, come on. Yeah? Right? Unique products that no one else can offer. Let's talk about the Canna-Kick. Yes, I had one before I came on stage. Right? I didn't have 2. You don't want to do 2. You want to space them out, right? You just space them out. Let's talk about Canna-Kick. So here's the thing. How many of you know for certain that the energy industry, right? I'm talking about the personal energy industry, is booming, right? How many of you know that, right? Okay? Cans, bottles, right? All kinds of stuff. Well, here's the issue. When you go down to your local coffee shop and you grab that coffee, or you go around the corner from your desk, or you go to where are you going and you grab that coffee, it doesn't always have a lid, right? So it gets in the way, okay? That coffee, you can't put it in your pocket, right? So you got to take care of that coffee as you go, right? You can't go to your local 7-Eleven or your local convenience store, right? Buy 3 energy drinks, put them in your pocket, and go throughout your day, right? The Canna-Kick is a chew. It's about that big. It has 3 to 4 hours of time-released energy and 5 milligrams of CBD. So you get focus and you get energy, and you can put it in your pocket in the morning, go throughout your day, and knock out and have all the energy you need, right? All through the day. Now, let's be honest. It's that big. put it in your pocket. I mean, how many of you could see yourself using that product on a daily basis? Be honest. That's what I'm talking about. Not available unless you're a Kannaway brand ambassador or you know someone who is. That's what I'm talking about. Now, here's the thing I love. Here's the thing I love. Our partnership with HempMeds PX gives us access to over 70 CBD-rich hemp oil products in the research and development timeline. And if I'm being really honest with you, I'm actually not here to be the chief marketing officer. I'm just a product tester, right? Because I get to test the products as they're coming out, and I can tell you that the next few months are going to blow your mind because I've tested them, Billy's tested them, some of you have tested them, and we have amazing, unique products that no one else will be putting into the marketplace that you can only purchase from a Kannaway brand ambassador coming out month after month after month for the foreseeable future. What do you guys think about that? So, how are you going to market your business? This is my passion. This is absolutely my passion, and we're just going to give you just a little tiny taste of what, as a Kannaway brand ambassador, you get to use to build your future. These two gentlemen right here, you guys recognize those pretty faces? Billy Funk and Seth Frazier are just two of the leaders who, on a nightly basis, get on our Kannaway Nation Hangout. They talk about Kannaway. They help people that you send to the Hangout make a decision to join your team. Now, you see that button right there that says Start Here? The reason why that's there is very simple. This is a replicated website. So you can send people with your brand ambassador ID to this site, and our leader-led organization will do the work for you so you can then follow up. So we'll get them excited, and then you just get them to join your team. And they can click that button right there, and we're there every night, right? We're there every night. They stay up for 24 hours, and then we do it again. And they stay up for 24 hours. So there is always some place where some leader in Kannaway is helping you build your business. Let's talk about the Kannaway store. Again, a second replicated store. And what I love about this is everything is right there. Like literally, I mean, look at it. It's just bam. It's just right there. Pictures, descriptions, you know, you purchase the whole thing, the cart. Everything is right there, okay? Replicated with your brand ambassador ID. And here's the cool thing. As I'm going to tell you here in a few minutes, one of the cool parts about our compensation plan is direct sales income. Your ability to tell somebody about the hemp vape, right? And just say, hey, go check out my store. They can go check out the hemp vape, buy a hemp vape. You didn't do anything except give them a business card, point them in the right direction. They pay full price, and on your next weekly check, you get the difference between the brand ambassador price and what they paid. The store's set up. It's ready to go. It's the first line of income. It's right there. Addition to that, our preferred customers have a special login. They log in as preferred customers. They get a discount. They're on your team, and that helps you with the Refer 3, yours is free. So we have a store set up, ready for you to buy, for preferred customers to buy, and for customers to buy with your brand ambassador ID. Let's talk about marketing your business, right? So we go back here, we build your business, we sell product, we market your business. Another replicated funnel by arguably the two best creators in the industry and the best writing team in the industry. Designed to perform. You put person on this page, they are going to take a look at Kannaway. A dagger in the chest of the men and women. We're going to talk about this more tomorrow, and this is just one of many different ways to help someone find out about the Kannaway opportunity. Here's another one. Some of our funnels are directly related to product. So if you have someone who's interested in hemp vape, if hemp vape is your favorite product, send them to a page, send them to a message that only talks about the hemp vape, and that's the way that they get involved in Kannaway. So you don't have to tell people about the whole thing, tell them about the piece that works for them. And there's more of those. This is the one for the hemp vape. This is my passion, Share Engine. Share Engine is a social marketing platform where Kannaway creates the content. You share it to your Facebook timeline. People click on and like that comment, that post. They come back to read the post. We capture their information and market to them for you. Imagine if I gave you articles every day. You shared those articles every day. You tweeted them, you Facebooked, you pinned them, you tumbled them, you put them out there in your social media. Those people came back to read that article. We captured their information and marketed them with video marketing on a daily basis until they made a decision, yes or no. And you had access to those people in your back office, and you could follow up with them in any way that you wanted to do as well. That's what Share Engine is all about. Just a touch of the amazing cutting-edge marketing materials available to Kannaway brand ambassadors. Let's talk about your future. Let's talk about the opportunity. Direct sales income. Selling Kannaway products directly to your customers is the first step to building a solid foundation. 2 ways to do that. 2 ways. You have a product sitting on your kitchen table, somebody wants it, you sell it to them, put the money in your pocket. That's the first way. Second way, replicated store. Pass out a business card, meet somebody at a party, send them to the store, they buy a hemp vape, they pay the customer price, you pay the brand ambassador price, we give you the difference on that weekly check. Paid weekly, the first way to earn income in Kannaway. Let's talk about Refer 3, Yours is Free, one of the most popular programs in Kannaway. Very, very simple. You tell people about those amazing, unique products. People, here's the beautiful thing about all of the products that Kannaway puts out into the marketplace. And I'm going to just be honest with you. I never want to market anything that you only use one time. You want to market things that are used over and over, that fit into people's lives. All of Kannaway's products are products that people will want to use on a monthly basis. They're going to love the Canna Kick. They're going to love the hemp vape. They're going to use the Cannabis Beauty Define, and they're going to want more of those products. You refer those customers. They're going to want those products on a monthly basis. They get a discount for becoming a preferred customer. You find 3 preferred customers, and the average of what they use, you get for free on a monthly basis. Super simple. Direct sales income, Refer 3, Yours is Free, 8 weeks to success. It's very simple. The fastest way to belief is a paycheck. Right? Fastest way to belief is a paycheck. And we know that. We've been down this road before. And so we designed the 8 weeks to success with one thing in mind, to get you paid. Now, there are 2 elements to getting you paid, because a lot of people, maybe you, haven't had a lot of experience at building incredible teams. So what if we had a program, 8 weeks to success, that actually incentivized the person who introduced you to Kannaway to work directly with you to get you paid? What if we paid them to work with you? And what if we paid you to work with your team? That's the 8 weeks to success. It pays weekly. And what I love about that, what I love about it is somebody in this audience is right now working at a job that they would prefer not to go into, but they need that weekly paycheck. What if you could start a business tonight and you could work for the next week, and the efforts you put in for those 7 days came to your pocket 7 days later, and you just created a weekly income stream that could, based upon your efforts, grow to create whatever it is that you wanted in your life. The foundation of that in Kannaway is called the 8 weeks to success. What do you think? First order bonus. First order bonus. Very, very simple. You're a Kannaway brand ambassador. You tell me about Kannaway. I get excited and I purchase one of the amazing packs of products that I'm going to tell you about here in a second. I get an immediate weekly pay called a first order bonus. So whatever it is I purchase, I sell, you get paid weekly. Another way to build your dreams immediately. Let's talk about the luxury car program. That's Billy Funk's car right there. He's sitting in the front row. It's pretty cool. I get to see it every day when he drives by. Luxury car program. If you're going to have success, you're going to want a beautiful car, and we want to help you get there. As you build your Kannaway business, we just had our first qualification run. Again, we're a baby, 90 days. Like, this is the time. This is the beginning. We just had our first qualification run. First one. And we had over 20 people become national marketing directors on the very first qualifying run. Over 20. Those national marketing directors, listen to this, those national marketing directors will, in addition to the first order bonus, and in addition to the direct sales income, in addition to the checks they're getting paid, they get an additional $500 a month to drive an amazing vehicle. As you keep building your business, as you keep building your team, you become a gold executive, it goes up to $750 a month. Diamond executive, $1,000 a month. That's a nice car. I'm just putting that out there. It's a nice car. He's like, yeah, that's a nice car. And as you ascend into the top ranks of leadership in Kannaway, that's not $75,000 a month. Let's be real. $75,000 check so you can do what you know you've always dreamed of. You walk into that car place where those cars are, you tell that guy or that girl that you're going to buy that one, and when they walk you into that little glass room, you know it's all glass rooms now, right? When they walk you into that little glass room and they start talking about financing, you just pull out the cash and you just lay it down. That's what I'm talking about, right? Luxury car program from Kannaway. Now, I'm not going to go through all of them because there's over 11 ways to begin building your future in Kannaway. I want to point out on this side over here, I just talked about all of these. Direct sales income, refer 3 years is free, 8 weeks of success, first order bonus, luxury car program. Those are paid on your efforts for building your team. But you see, a very, very astute gentleman once said, I'd rather be paid 1% of the efforts of 100 men than 100% of the efforts of one. It's the most powerful statement I personally have ever heard. It is the reason why I love relationship marketing. It basically says this: build teams. Build teams. And so this entire side over here, imagine as you build your team and you actually get an additional bonus on all of those first orders in your team as it grows. If you have a team of 10, team of 20, team of 30, team of 30,000, 100,000, first order team bonus, taking advantage of leverages. Team override bonus, another bonus on the growth of your team. Differential infinity bonus, no matter how far down it goes based upon ranks, you are getting paid. Coded infinity bonus, no matter where they are in your organization, if you introduce them to Kannaway, you are getting paid on how they build their team. 3 additional bonus pools that those people that are just now, again, baby, 90 days old, getting paid from those bonus pools. We are currently planning our very first incentive award trip for those people in Kannaway Nation who are completely focused on building their business and helping us create this amazing movement. Generous bonuses and rewards. This is, ladies and gentlemen, the premier compensation plan in the relationship marketing industry. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you, Christopher Hussey. So a lot of you are wondering right now, wow, this company looks pretty awesome. So they got the right people, they've got the right products, they've got the right compensation plan. How do I get involved with this company? How do I join it? That's what I'm here for, to give you the opportunity and show you the way so that you can change your life and it can start today. You know, my father is an absolutely awesome accountant. For the past 26 years, he's ran his own business, and he's been a consultant to and an accountant to over 750 personal and business clients on an annual basis. If you were one of his business clients and you came into his office and said, Mr. Funk, I'm starting a brick and mortar, when will I become a profit? When will I get to profit? He would look you dead in the eyes and say, year 3 to year 5. A few years ago, I owned a couple of Verizon wireless stores, and it cost me over $80,000 to buy that business. It cost me over $30,000 a month to purchase cell phones, which they're not cheap, by the way. It cost me, an arm and a leg to set up the merchant processing, the shipping and handling, the payroll, the accessories, you name it. It's a lot of money to run a business. And so I get it when my father looks at people in the eyes and says, year 3 to year 5. Because a lot of people will say, but, and he'll say, no, 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 year 3 to year 5. But what if you had the entire business and the entire storefront already taken care of for you? What if you had a compensation program, you had a marketing system, you had an entire storefront, essentially, that handles all of your shipping, all of your handling. You had a back office that was essentially like a secretary and accountant all rolled into one. What if you had all of that taken care of, and the only cost of that was $15 a month? If you put that in front of my father, he would look at you and say, well, it probably isn't going to take you 3 to 5 years. So no, it didn't take me. It didn't take me 3 to 5 months. It didn't take me 3 to 5 weeks, 3 to 5 days. It took me about 3 to 5 hours to get in profit in Kannaway. Am I going to guarantee that that's going to happen for you? Absolutely not. I don't know you. I don't know how much work you'll put into it. I don't know how bad you want it, like Rodney Burton says. But I can tell you this. You're not going to find another business where you can run on a month-to-month basis for $15, where everything is taken care of for you. If you have a storefront that's taken care of, that's ready, you got the signs, everything is put together. What do you need in order to get into profit? There's one missing piece of this puzzle. Because if somebody walked in your storefront and you had the employees taken care of, the shipping and handling, the merchant processing, and they looked around the store and said, well, what are you selling? And you had no product, you couldn't get into profit. So the second step of joining Kannaway is to choose the starter package that best fits your lifestyle. Essentially fill your storefront up with product. The first step, I just said, is $15. Become a brand ambassador. You get everything that you see on the screen and a whole lot more. The second step, fill your storefront with product. What I love about Kannaway is it's not a company where you have to fit into its lifestyle. Kannaway is a company where it will fit into your lifestyle. There's a lot of people out there that have purchased the Premier package because they get the most amount of product. Because they can apply it and they can try it and they go out there and they can sample it, and if people like it, they show them how to buy it. It's really simple. A lot of people like the lifestyle package. It fits their lifestyle. You get half the amount of products as the Premier package. Now, if your money is not right or it's just too tight, we do have an essential package. It's essential for you to I think, pick a package. Because at that essential package level, you have enough products for you to not only take yourself and try out yourself so you can have an experience of being a product of the product, but you also have enough to sample out to people. If you go with the lifestyle package, you'll have more to go out there and maybe put in front of your friends and your relatives and ask them which one they would like to try and maybe sell it to them. If you have the Premier package, well, now you have a fully functional and a storefront that's filled up with products. So it's really up to you. I encourage you to pick one that fits your lifestyle. What's the third step? Because this is really, really simple. Let me go back through it one more time. Become a brand ambassador. $15 a month to run your own business. Everything is taken care of. Step number 2, pick a package that fits your lifestyle. Step number 3, get together with your Kannaway sponsor and immediately begin your journey to success, because we've got mentors in this room that Kannaway pays to help you get on your way. So a lot of you maybe you're overwhelmed with information. Maybe you need to soak this in. I can tell you this. When I was sitting in that room with 24 people, I kept elbowing Ray Dietrich going, I can't believe we're in this room right now. Because I knew what I was looking at was literally a Microsoft moment. It was something that was small that was about to get very, very large. And I knew that nobody knew about it except the 24 people in the room. On March 1st, we had the buzz launch. No pun intended or pun intended, a buzz was created. I like to use the analogy of a snowball rolling downhill. So imagine on March 1st, imagine if San Diego had snow. It's kind of funny, but if they had snow and you took a little chunk of that snow and you formed it into a ball in your hand, it would be pretty easy. I'm from Chicago. I know how the dynamics of snow are. So if it's above freezing, or if it's above the 32-degree mark, it's really easy to create a snowball. So imagine you created that snowball in San Diego on March 1st, and you were with us on April 20th in Denver. And you're at the top of the largest mountain in Denver. Imagine if you were standing there right now, a fresh coat of snow in front of you, and you were to take that snowball and simply roll it down the hill. What would happen? It would get bigger, it would get faster, and it would get stronger. Not a person, not a boulder, and not a tree could get in its way and stop it. Well, you are standing right now at the precipice of your journey to success in Kannaway. You are standing at the top of that mountain. That snowball is not halfway down the mountain. It's not even close to the bottom. It's at the very top. And we're about to kick it off the top of the mountain. And if you join us with this movement, I guarantee you the momentum that you will see will bring a nation not just to tears, but it'll uplift it to new levels, and it'll uplift it to new heights, and each and every one of you can become exactly what you want to be, and you'll be able to do exactly what you want to do wherever that in the world that is. So join us today inside of Kannaway, become a brand ambassador, pick a package, and get back with the person who invited you, and we'll see everybody at the top and not from the top.